Affordable Dentures proudly presents living legend and elite level trainer, Ronnie Shields.
Guys, welcome. Happy Tuesday to everybody. And guys, if it's Tuesday night, we are sitting down with one of the greatest to have ever done it. Guys, the living legend, the incomparable Coach Ronnie Shields. Ronnie, how are you doing, brother? And Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to you, man. Another day, another day.
Another day, another dollar. Yeah, I'll tell you what. That's what Terrence Crawford said. Oh,
Yeah,
Chihuahua. But guys, I wouldn't want to do this show with anyone else besides my brother from another mother, the captain of the Boxing Source, the incomparable James Bell. James, how you doing, brother?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Salute to Brother Joseph. Salute to Coach Ronnie Shields. Hey, I'm going to say this. My mentor and the guy that, I've, looked up to, man, he told me one thing that stuck with me, and that is, man, listen, there's not enough hours in the day because, goodness, man, I've been flying all over the place all day today, man.
Yep, there aren't enough hours in the day, and I'll tell you what. Oh, and the hours that I spent have been kicking my pants lately. Now I know how Coach Ronnie feels. Like, how do you do it, Ronnie? Like all of the physically demanding punishment that you take. And, I don't think people realize how much wear and tear your job demands every single week.
Every single week, absolutely.
Like, tell us what injury you were taking into. Now, I know fighters always have the injuries going into fights, but when it was the last David Morrell fight, you had an injury going into that fight. What happened?
Well, it was my wrist. I think that was the one. My wrist. I have a problem with my wrist. I take so many punches during the pads and stuff on my wrist, and man, sometimes I can't even touch it.
Yeah, boy, it's a rough job, but that's why you make the big bucks, Coach. Woo!
I wish.
Well, I'll tell you what. Excuse me. I'll tell you who isn't making the big bucks, and that's Mauricio Suleiman with the WBC, because Terrence Crawford pulled a P. Diddy and stiffed him with the bill. We're going to get into that in just a bit, guys. Let's start with,
Hey, we ain't ducking and dodging nobody. It's time for Fact or Fiction.
Oh, man. Coach, look, I know we're going to play Fact or Fiction, but have you seen any of the 4-part 50 Cent documentary on P. Diddy?
I've seen all 4.
Oh, my gosh. It was hard to stop watching, wasn't it?
It was.
You couldn't believe all the crap that was coming out. Like, oh, my gosh.
And the crazy part about that is that that's all his people videoing him talking.
Yep. See what happens when you don't pay your people?
That's what happens when you don't pay them.
That's it.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it was like I don't want to talk a whole lot about it, but it was really hard to believe. It's like, wait a minute. This guy's nuts. This is a bad guy. It was like a soap opera.
Yeah, but why would you video it though?
Oh gosh, that's so stupid. Well, that's how vain he was. That's how vain he was. And this is James.
Hey.
Did you see it, James?
Listen, I saw all 4 parts. I mean, some of the stuff I knew about, some of the things I didn't know about. It's one thing to have money. It's another thing to have power, but it's completely different when you have both.
Jeez, man. And, it's like, it sure is true, man. Power with no conscience is truly evil.
Yep.
Wow. But I tell you what, we're being joined by our brother, G Funky Boxing. He said, greetings, gentlemen. Coach Ronnie's such a nice guy. I got a chance to meet and shake his hand in L.A. at the Golden Boy show. That's right. That's right. He was training David Stevens at the time. That's right. Chief Funky's one of the good ones in the business, guys. Let's see. Oh, that's right. We're playing Fact or Fiction, guys. James, number 11. We're jumping around like House of Pain.
Hey, listen. I'm glad to have Coach Ronnie with us. All right. All right. All right, here we go. Number 11, if you could cue it back up there. All right.
Oh, I'm sorry, brother. Here we go. It had the timer on it, didn't it?
Oh, wow. All right. Number 11. We all knew that Terrence Allen Crawford was going to announce his retirement after he demanded $100 million to get back.
Hold on, brother. I need to turn this timer off. Hold on, man. Hold on. I don't know why they started putting the stupid timer here, man. Hold on. I'm sorry. Keep going. Keep going, James.
All right. Yeah. We all knew Terrence Crawford was going to announce his retirement after he demanded $100 million to get back in the ring and stiff the WBC. Fact or fiction?
Oh, that could be a fact. You know, I've learned one thing in this sport, right? When you get to a certain age, right, and you took care of your money, you did everything you're supposed to do in this sport, and at some point you're not going to take anything from anybody. And if you feel they're stiffing you, that's the number one thing that you're going to be against, because you think they're stealing from you. And I completely understand where Terrence Crawford is coming from. And, you know, obviously, you know, he's taking care of his money. And he has the right to demand $100 million to fight Canelo again. You know, Canelo made a whole lot of money fighting him. So, and he won. So if they don't want to pay him, hey, the best thing to do is buy out. You don't need it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's look, he is easily an all-time great and one of the best of this era. Arguably the best of this era. But that doesn't always equate to being the A-side breadwinner. What determines the A-side in this business is not the fact that you win. No. It's how many tickets you sell. It's run like the music business. That's something that a lot of fans and even fighters don't understand.
Yeah.
It's like I could be the greatest musician in the world, but if I can't sell tickets, what does that mean?
Nothing.
Exactly. That means money. Taylor Swift and Bad Bunny are kicking my arse.
That's right.
And that's, I think, what Terrence doesn't understand.
Well, it's, you know, like, I think he understands it, but, you know, he just got a sense of now that, you know, I just beat one of the best fighters that everybody likes to watch and see. And now he thinks he's going to grab their fans, his fans. And that's not necessarily true that that's going to happen that way, you know. So, you know, he can't demand $100 million. I mean,
yeah, it's just almost like you can say, is he pricing himself out? Does he just not want to do it anymore? Does he not want to put his body through another grueling camp?
And that could be that's probably the number one part of it, you know. And, you know, but the thing about it is, what you don't hear is how much money the fight made altogether. And that's what we don't know. If Canelo made, you know, 150 million plus whatever he got on the backside of it, we don't know what that is. You know, Crawford probably ended up making close to 50 million, which is, you know, not a bad thing, you know.
Oh, man, and how dare the WBC ask for 300,000 after I just made 50 million, Rock? How dare you?
Well, the 50 million came after the purse, you know, and you know the thing about it is, and I don't know if it's true, but I just heard that the WBC wanted more than everybody else. Mm-hmm. So, and he feels like if I'm if I got all 4 belts, why can't I pay all 4 people, all 4 organizations the same for for their belt? You know, why do they have to pay the WBC more? And that's the question that he's been asking. Why do they charge more than everybody else when they all are world title organizations? And, being in Crawford's feet, for being on in his space at that time, I probably would feel the same way. Why am I paying these guys, these 3 other organizations, this amount of money, but I got to pay them way more than I'm paying these other guys? And that probably would piss me off too.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You don't say, Ronnie.
Hmm.
James, do you have anything to add to that, my friend?
I mean, it's an interesting situation here with Terrence Crawford. I mean, he says that there's nothing left to prove. We kind of like said what he said in reference to stamping his name in the question for me before the fight with Canelo Alvarez. Demanding for a rematch. Hey, if that's what he wants, hey, it's only up to the people if they want to give it to him. If they don't, well, he's like, all right, bet. And with the WBC, we've kind of like run into that situation before in the past with the WBC and with fighters that they'll request for a little bit more than what the percentage is. And hey, if they don't want to like conform like the other sanctioning bodies do, they want to do a little bit extra, and the fighter isn't with it, then hey, they're like, you know what, you can keep your belt. I don't need it. I'm good. I'm Terrence Crawford, so y'all could continue to do what you do, but I don't really need the belt. I'm already proving myself as the best super middleweight in the world by defeating Canelo. So
do you think he's going to give back that snazzy ring, that big, gaudy, ugly ring? Do you think he's going to give that back?
Who knows? Who knows?
Absolutely
He
not.
should. He should. If he's going to stiff him, he should. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. That's between Terrence and Mauricio. Good luck with that. And now that he's retired, good luck collecting, Mauricio. Best of luck, brother. Yeah. I tell you what, Ronnie, would you like to reflect and say a couple things about how good was Terrence Crawford really?
Oh man, he was really good. I mean, his record proves it. He's just one of those smart fighters, man, that he just took care of business. It was no bullshit with him inside of that ring. When he set out to do something, he did it. He was just that guy, man. And a lot of fighters are going to be looking at a lot of stuff that he did and taking away from that, because that's who Terrence Crawford was. He brought something new to the table every time. It's something about him, man, that he got up for every fight that he was put into. And although he wasn't a fan-friendly fighter, because his numbers by themselves wasn't that good, but if you just like pure boxing, then you would love Terrence Crawford.
Well, I tell you what, when he became a welterweight, Coach, his fights more often than not ended in a resounding knockout.
Yes.
And so, yeah, that was worth it. Even though leading up to it, it wasn't all that fan friendly. You're right, but boy, if you want to talk about a chess master, yeah, that was Terrence. Pick your poison. Absolutely. How did you want to lose?
Absolutely.
He was the chameleon in the ring, an absolutely incredible fighter. But from what I've been told, a real pain in the arse in the negotiating room.
Well, but the thing about it is people don't give fighters credit for representing themselves. You know, these fighters, they see what's going on with other fighters, and they behave, hey, like, I'm better than this guy. You know, I need to negotiate for myself, and that's what Terrence did. And he did a damn good job for himself. He wasn't afraid to go sit down with whoever he had to sit down with, and to get the number that he thought was fair to himself. Because especially when you're fighting on these big pay-per-view shows, he had to make sure that the number he got after the fight was just as good as the number that the main guy had, and he negotiated that himself. He did that, because he knows the business. The problem is a lot of these fighters don't know how to negotiate for themselves. And this is why they leave a lot of money on the table.
Yeah, because, boy, I tell you what, it's a very short window for your prime years in this career, isn't it, Coach?
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. But
I'll tell you what, at age 38, he leaves the ring after 18 years of being a professional.
That's a lot of years of wear and tear on the body, But I'm just happy he going down. He's going out on his own terms, not on nobody else's.
Well, I'll tell you what, best of luck to you, Terrence, and thank you for the memories, brother. Happy trails, my friend. And Carlos, welcome to the show, and thank you for supporting the coach, sir. He says, who would you had wanted to see Crawford fight, Coach?
I would have wanted to see him fight Canelo one more time, and then probably fight Boots Ennis.
That's the fight, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
That was the fight. Yep. Who do you think wins that one, Coach?
Still, I would have to go with Crawford. I just think, Crawford is just so intelligent inside of that ring that, he's a step ahead of everybody.
Wow. That's really saying something, Coach. That's saying a lot, actually. Because Boots Ennis, it's almost like he's so good, like it's shocking, actually. He's so good in every area, Coach.
He is. He's really good, but he haven't experienced fighting, the competition that Crawford has fought on his way up. That means a lot in this business.
And he also asked this question, Coach, why do you think Wilder versus Joshua never happened?
You know what? Because every time he was talking about either one of them fighting, the other one lost.
That'll do it every time. Just ask Tommy Morrison.
That would do it every time. It was so funny. It was funny though how that happened. Every time they would talk about that fight, somebody got beat.
And that's absolutely true.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. G Funky agrees with you, Coach. Bud would do a paint job on Boots. I'm not sure about that, but yeah, I agree with Coach too. He wins. I don't know about a paint job though, Coach. Yeah. That's something, man. But I tell you what, congratulations to all the success that Bud Crawford had and being a great representative of the sport. Yeah, like not beating up on your wife or anyway, I don't want to go into that, but come on, Tank. We need to do better, guys. Come on. I tell you what, though, let's go back to fact or fiction. Just for grins. Let's do this again, guys.
Hey, we ain't ducking and dodging nobody. It's time for fact or fiction.
Are you ready, James?
Yep.
Here we go.
All right. Former WBC junior middleweight champion Sergio Mora is nuts for thinking that Canelo Alvarez should take a tune-up against Hamza Shiraz before facing Terrence Crawford in a rematch next year. Fact or fiction?
Oh, that's fiction. Why would you want to fight Hamza Shiraz? Is he crazy? Shiraz probably would stop Canelo.
Is that a tune-up,
What
Coach?
actually?
That's definitely not a tune-up in my book. This
Well,
kid can really
I
fight.
guess Sergio Moore is nuts then.
Yeah, Sergio been smoking something. If he think a tune-up, oh my God.
Yeah, I was
This
shocked
guy,
when I heard that.
Shiraz is dangerous, man.
Uh-huh.
You're talking about a kid who can really fight. He's really that good.
He may be the current best at 168 now that TC retired.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Man. I mean, that's why Canelo don't want to fight these young kids like that. He throws punches. He can punch. No. This is no tune-up, bro.
So this is a dilemma then, Coach. Who does Canelo fight when he comes back? Crawford, look, if Netflix doesn't want to pay or the Sheik doesn't want to pay the $100 million, who does Canelo fight?
I don't know, man.
This is a real quandary, isn't it?
No, it is. Because, the problem is all the belts will get separated again, right? So now you're looking at 4 different champions. So he would have to pick the easiest one.
Isn't that what he always does?
Well, put it this way, who he thinks is the easiest one.
Well, maybe Tim Tszyu will move up 2 weight divisions.
Hey, that'll be a good fight.
Oh, Chihuahua. No, I mean, this is a real quandary, guys. James, do you know? Do you have any ideas of who Canelo's going to fight?
No, there's nowhere to run. There's nowhere to hide, Canelo. Let's see what happens after May Cinco de Mayo weekend.
Oh, boy, that's Benavidez Zurdo Ramirez, isn't it?
Benavidez Zurdo Ramirez, and Zurdo Ramirez said that he isn't going to be fighting in January, so he's focused on that. But then after that, after we see what happens, if David Benavidez gets through that with no issues, then there is nothing else left for Canelo Alvarez but a fight against David Benavidez. There's only one other one that could make him have an escape, and that is if he's able to get another fight with Dimitri Bivol, but I doubt it. So listen.
But you know what, though? Canelo can't fight 2 of the best pound-for-pound fighters in boxing right now.
No.
2 guys in their prime. That's murder.
The first thing, number one, Benavidez is not going back down to 168. So they forget that. That ain't going to happen. If he goes up, beats Zurdo at cruiserweight, he's not going back down to 175 either. Unless you pay him $100 million.
Oh, geez, Benavidez ain't worth that much. Crawford's worth more.
I don't know.
But I'm telling you,
neck and neck, brother.
Let me tell you something. Benavidez right now, to me, in my book, Benavidez is the face of boxing. Because this dude, he gets in there, he throws punches, he's everything what fans want to see.
And he doesn't sound like a complete moron like Shakur and Tio. When he's talking trash on the air, he actually sounds funny.
Yeah.
It actually gets you pumped up for the fight. He talks trash and backs it up in the ring.
Yeah. So I
agree with that, Ronnie. I think he's got the potential to do that.
He does. He absolutely does. No doubt.
Oh my goodness. And G Funky making fun of my Pat Summerall impression. Do you remember when Pat Summerall and John Madden used to call the games on CBS, the Cowboy games?
Yep.
You remember when Pat Summerall at the very end used to go, and immediately following the game, it's going to be 60 minutes.
60 minutes.
Then murder, she wrote. That's what he's making fun of.
Pat, that Angela Lansbury,
Thanks, John. And you know something? She used to be a real looker when she was younger. He actually said that on the air once. I'm like, Pat, you must be drunk or high. And he might have been both. Oh, Chihuahua guys. But yeah, Hamza Shiraz, guys, is nobody's tune-up.
Nobody.
And I tell you what, that's a perfect segue. We're going to jump right into, hold on. What is this? Let's see. Okay. Let's find it. I think we're going to jump all the way to number 12. Yes, I said 12. Here we go.
All
Big
right.
James.
Diego Pacheco is not ready for Hamza Shiraz. Get prepared for Pacheco versus Munguia. Fact or fiction?
Oh, that's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
So you weren't too impressed with his performance this past weekend, Coach?
I only saw the highlights, and no, I wasn't.
Thank goodness you only saw the highlights. Ooh, man. Oh gosh. Hey. I'm gonna admit it. I fell asleep. I fell asleep watching the fight. Oh,
yeah.
Man. Oh,
yeah. Oh, jeez. I don't know what was worse. Badu Jack and his snooze fest losing to Mikulchevsky or whatever his name was.
Yeah,
Michelin? I don't know. Machiavellian? I don't know.
Yeah.
What is his name? How do you pronounce it, James?
Noel Michaelian.
Yeah, Michaelian. Yeah. I don't know what was worse. That or the main event on Zone. Chihuahua, man.
Yeah, that is painful.
Yeah. Look, Pacheco is a very uneventful fighter unless he's facing someone like Pitbull Cruz. Right? Someone who's right there in your grill forcing you to fight.
Yeah.
But if he has to take the lead, it is downright painful, isn't it?
Yeah. That was just very bad because I don't know if it was his first or second fight that he wasn't with Jose Benavidez Sr. in the corner, but he still has a lot of work to do.
Boy.
You know, given that the WBC did order Shiraz versus Mbili for their final eliminator, then maybe that thing there with Pacheco and Munguia is a good idea.
Yeah.
At least for now.
Because I tell you what, that one makes a whole lot of sense. Munguia is very vulnerable. He's been knocked out. He likes to block punches with his face. He's not getting any better. Yeah, he seems tailor-made for Diego Pacheco at this time, wouldn't you think? Or is he too tough for Diego? Your thoughts, Ronnie?
No, I don't think he's too tough for Diego. I think it's a good fight.
Well, I can guarantee you that one's going to happen. Oh, goodness gracious, guys. Look, are we going to address the pink elephant in the room? Are we going to do it? Did you take a look at the... Excuse me. Sorry, guys, I'm a little under the weather. Did you take a look at the title of today's show, Ronnie? Obviously, It's Real Boxing with Coach Ronnie Shields. And it says Joshua minus 900 and Jake Paul a plus 650. And I checked it 3 times to make sure I wasn't just getting old and wasn't looking at it incorrectly. I couldn't believe it. Joshua's only a 9-1 betting favorite? What's going on here, Coach Ronnie?
Well, you just got people that love.
Like, I can't even make sense of it, Coach.
No, and that's why I'm having trouble with it. It just, they just think you got a lot of Jake Paul fans, that's put money on him. That's why always been the odds down.
Well, look, it's an 8-round fight. They're
Yeah, 8
using
rounds.
10-ounce gloves. They're not
Yeah.
using 16-ounce like a lot of fans once believed.
Right.
But I did find this out. They are using a 24-foot ring, Coach.
That's a lot of. That's a good track meet.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
my goodness. So that leads us into our next fact or fiction, Big James.
Anthony Joshua will give Jake Paul a dose of NyQuil this Friday night. Fact or fiction?
Well, put it this way. That's the way it's supposed to be.
Uh-oh. What are you saying, Coach?
I'm saying that I still don't think that there's a lot of rules to the fight, like with the Mike Tyson fight, that we don't know about. If Joshua comes out, strong, then we know, okay, this is real. But if he doesn't, then we know in his contract what he has to do.
So you think it might be a glorified sparring session?
Oh, that's a strong possibility.
Oh, man, for that kind of money?
Yeah, that's a possibility.
I tell you what, I will say this. These idiots had better not sour Netflix on the sport of boxing. Because another critical dud in the court of public opinion would be terrible for the health of the sport.
Oh,
The
no.
last thing we ever need to do is lose more TV dates.
Yeah, but that's what happens when you get these money grabs. You never know what you're going to get, and that's sad to say, because here's the number one thing, right? A heavyweight is a heavyweight. Why you put a restriction on your heavyweight unless you were fighting a lightweight?
I think there's like a lot of restrictions on the part of Anthony Joshua, right?
It is.
But given his latest video, he said that he's right on track to make that weight. But I think that they did that because of Jake Paul and his level of fitness at this point. Because remember, the thing with the Tank fight was he was under a weight restriction for that Tank fight.
Yeah, 199 pounds or something.
99, 95 pounds or whatever it is. But the rumor was he wasn't close to making that. So looks like, having this fight with Joshua is almost like a bailout plan for Jake Paul. And
that very well could be the case.
Yeah.
And what better way to get away with being a real fat ass, not adhering to your contract, than to villainize your opponent?
Mm-hmm.
But
that's exactly what he did.
Here's one thing we don't know, okay? And it could be a critical, right? Is what is the weight gain that Joshua can't go over? They're not saying anything about that. Because I know they got a clause in there. When he step into that ring, he can't be over a certain amount. Maybe it's 10 pounds. Maybe it's 8 pounds. You never know what the weight clause is. They're not saying that. They're not telling you. Because if he has to weigh in 245, and he, then they say, okay, well, you got to be 245 the night of the fight also. That's not good for Joshua.
Yeah, I'm seeing if they had it like here somewhere, but I can't necessarily.
I don't think they will put it in there. They wouldn't put it to where the public could see it.
Yeah, I don't think they did that. So that's going to be interesting because they put in that, the clause for the 10-ounce gloves and the thing with Joshua weighing in at, 245 or whatever it is.
Yeah,
but
245.
We'll see what they have as far as like the rehydration or whatever. I know they had the thing with the workout today, but maybe they had an update on, what he could rehydrate to or whatever. But still with it being
But that's something they're not saying. That's my
yeah,
point.
yeah. That's the
You know,
thing
they might
about
tell, oh, you could come in 250.
yeah.
You know, that's only 5 pounds. That's
Hey, hey, shout Joe, I got my guy Jay Powell on here. He said I'm pro America, so I gotta go with Jake Paul, the American. Go USA.
I am a real American.
Well, let me tell
For
you
the
something,
rights
boy.
of every man. Woo! Jay, good to see you, my friend. God bless you, brother. Merry Christmas to you. Hope you have a wonderful holiday season with you and your family. But you know, there are a lot of questions surrounding this coach.
Yeah.
Things that yeah, as an homage to Arsenio Hall, things that make you go, right?
Oh,
Like when you think about this, Joshua, he is the embodiment of ambassador, legacy, fundamentals, championship pedigree, Olympian, and Jake Paul. He's disruption, hype, question mark, hanging over the modern era of boxing in the American market. Is this a sporting event? Is this a real contest, or is this just a cultural, pop culture event?
yeah,
What is it?
It's a pop cultural event.
Then why is, oh gosh, I hate this, because fans, especially the mainstream and casual critics, are going to judge the entire sport on this fight.
And, you know, that's something you can't do because, number one, is Jake Paul. He's not really considered a real fighter in my book. You know, just because he lost one fight already. Okay. Then they made sure after that, okay, we can't fight such guys. But now, all of a sudden, they want to fight Tank Davis. Now, why would you go in, all right? But this is why, who was it that backed, what city backed out? Was it Nevada?
It was Atlanta.
Yeah, Atlanta backed out.
Yeah, Atlanta backed out of it because they said the weight difference is too much, you know? And it is. You got weight classes for a reason. So if you're going to be a real fighter in this sport, stick to what the rules are. If you're a heavyweight, that means anything over, 190 pounds?
Yeah, and it's limitless.
Yes.
It's limitless division.
So why would you put a weight restriction on a heavyweight?
And why would it count on his record if you did that? Well, once again, Tank was able to do that against Ryan Garcia.
Yeah.
But, you know, I've always hated those stipulations. But once again, you don't have to agree with it. You don't have to agree to it.
You don't.
You know,
you don't have to agree to it.
You don't have to fight him. You don't have to agree to it. But when you sign on that dotted line and they're throwing all that money at you, what fighter is going to say no to that, coach?
None. Nobody's going to say no to it. And that's but you're buying the sport. You know, and really you're cheating the fans. Because fans want to see you at your best. And fans will not get to see you at your best.
Look, can't we just have a perfect world where we both celebrate Joshua's resume and legacy and everything he's accomplished in the sport, as well as recognizing and acknowledging Paul's impact in this business? Can't we do both or no?
No.
Nope.
Can't do both.
Oh boy. See, that's a problem, coach, because look, with the introduction, and who else is fighting in Dubai on Saturday? Andrew Tate is turning pro, coach. He's fighting this Saturday, and the only reason why we're not hearing more about it is because right now the talk of the town is Joshua versus Paul.
Yeah.
But with Andrew Tate wanting to take over and be the CEO of the Misfits and start a new boxing promotion, is that the future? of boxing in this country?
That's what it seems like.
Say it ain't so, Ronnie. Say it ain't so.
I hope it's not, but you know what? People want what they pay for. People gonna get what they pay for. You know, and that's just simple as that. You know, if people want to see this, then they'll pay for it. But
It almost seems like, Coach, the way everyone is creating this narrative, Anthony Joshua, for all intents and purposes, he's representing the old guard of boxing. The Olympic gold medalist, the former unified heavyweight champion, forged in world title camps, pressure tested under the bright lights against killers. And Jake Paul represents the new era, a product of social media, marketing savvy, and selective matchmaking, yet undeniably disciplined, ambitious, and willing to step into real danger.
is
But
it real danger?
Is it real danger? Oh no, Coach, say it ain't so, brother. Once
Is it
again,
real
this
danger?
fight almost seems like it's about the credibility of boxing once again. And I, for one, am sick and tired of having this discussion. But it almost seems like that's become the evolution of the sport of boxing in the American market, and it's only the American market.
Yep.
Don't have this problem in the UK,
Nope.
Japan,
Nope.
Australia,
Nope.
Germany,
Nope.
Mexico,
Nope.
South America don't have
Nope.
this problem ever. Thanks a lot. Boy, I tell you what.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. I was watching this earlier because it's a 28th anniversary, Coach, of Prince Nassim Ahmed versus Kevin Kelly.
Right.
When's the last time we're going to see something like that? When's the last time we've seen something like that?
Yeah, it's gonna be a while before we see something like that again.
Ah, geez.
How long did it take for Prince Nassim Hamed to get to the ring? 30 minutes?
I don't know, but it was exciting. It
Yeah.
was worth the wait. Oh, I tell you
What?
what, that was a bar. Both guys were landing bombs, man.
Yeah, they were. That was a great fight.
Because
a great
both
fight.
guys could crack for their size, especially. It was incredible. I think, how many times did Prince Nassim get knocked down? 2 or 3? And Kevin Kelly got knocked down 3 times?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, great fight.
I got a question for you guys.
Yes, sir.
You think Jake Paul could have went to England and fought Joshua over there with the same clauses?
No, of course not. The BBBC would never had any part of it.
Exactly.
This is why he had to stick this fight in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Because look, this fight makes the most sense at Wembley Stadium, and it would be able to fill Wembley Stadium even on 3 weeks' notice. It would have sold out in a day, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because everyone wants to see Jake Paul get knocked out.
But Joshua couldn't agree to certain terms.
Look, for that kind of money, from what I've been told, he's making almost 80 million, Coach.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
For an 8-rounder.
Yep.
That's 10 million a round, Coach.
Yep.
Man, to have that much money stashed in, as they say, escrow, for a fight within 3 weeks' notice, that is insane.
Well, think about it. Look how many subscribers Netflix has. They make more than that in 1 month.
Oh, yeah, easily.
Oh, yeah.
That's nothing to them.
No.
Chihuahua, guys. I tell you what, we'd like to give a big shout out to my brother, Peter Von Arx. Good to see you, my friend. Merry Christmas, and thank you for supporting the coach on this day. Eric Gomez, thank you for supporting the coach. Good to see you, my friend. Merry Christmas. Z Pacino, good to see you, brother. God bless you, my friend. Merry Christmas. Ramirez, good to see you, my brother. God bless you, and thank you for supporting the coach. Says, what special clauses do you know about within this contract? Only the ones that they've discussed.
And that's the weight.
Yep,
right
that's
now.
the most important one.
But they haven't given you the rehydration. They're not giving nobody that.
That's
Yeah.
what we haven't seen.
Oh boy, I'll tell you what. Well, we'll see what happens, guys. 24-foot ring. I know that's the other one.
Ooh.
24-foot ring. You think he's planning on standing in the pocket, Coach?
Shit, hell no.
Dude, he's going to look like Edwin Moses.
You know, the problem going to be too is the undercard is going to have hell too.
Oh,
Nobody thought about the undercard.
Oh, God.
You're paying for that too.
Wait a minute. Who's on the undercard? I know it's
Anderson Silva versus.
Oh no, that clown that he knocked out.
Yep.
Oh gosh. Next, what else? Wait a minute, isn't Ramon Cardenas fighting this Friday?
Pro Box should be Pro Box.
That's right. Oh man, I'll tell you what. This card is like the last card. It had some good fights on it. This one has a bunch.
You know that I'm disappointed that they couldn't have Antoine Russell versus Andy Hiroko on this.
I know. I thought that was going to be on there as well. Oh, guys, look, time flies when you're having fun. Look at all we're almost an hour in, and we've only done a couple of Fact or Fiction, guys. Let's keep moving. We've got a lot of ground to cover on the final Real Boxing with Ronnie Shields for the year 2025. I tell you what, this is truly a special thing, and yeah, I'm going to get choked up at the end of this, guys. So here we go. Are you ready? Number 2, Big James. We're going back to number 2.
All right. At Shakur Nafis Shahid Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez only portray enemies in front of the camera, but are actually quite friendly in real life. This is actually quite common in boxing. Fact or fiction?
It's a fact. It's a fact. You know, these guys been knowing each other through the amateurs, and it's just boxing, man. You're not strangers. There's no strangers in the sport of boxing. And so these guys have seen each other through the amateurs, and they probably fought on the same amateur cards a lot, and so this is nothing new in the sport.
So, guys, all the talking, and look, one indication should be to all of you. Look at how they treat each other at the conventions.
Yeah.
They're hugging and like smiling, sitting with each other, thinking, man, we made each other a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
Man, all I know is this. If you're going to hold back on the freaking press conference and then say what you're going to say there with freaking Rick Reno in a room, oh, man. We done had to go all the way over to New York City.
That's right. You went over there, didn't you?
For this freaking press conference, right? And y'all going to be tame. And if it wasn't for Shakur and Teofimo Lopez Sr. going back and forth, that would have been the most boring press conference of all time. But then when they sit down with Rick Reno, now they got a lot to say. Come on, man.
Well, look, man, you know that all of this is just like in front of the cameras. They like to put on that facade where they've got bad blood and they've got disdain. Man, they're friends. Coach is right. They've known each other since they were kids.
Yep.
In the same amateur tournaments, but in different divisions.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Like they grew up in the same region, guys. They were both in the same tournaments growing up.
Trials, all that type of stuff. Yep.
And I know this to be true, that they're very friendly.
Oh, yeah. But, here's the good thing about it is when they get in that ring, though, they both want to win.
They're both competitors.
That's the great thing about the sport of boxing.
Yep. There it is. Tell you what, I just hope that they both let it all hang out.
Well,
when
I
they
believe they will.
finally step in the ring together.
I really and truly believe they will.
Hey, listen. I just hope it's not a repeat of Teofimo Lopez versus Sandor Martin. That's all I hope.
I hope it's not a repeat of Shakur Stevenson or Edwin De Los
Oh,
Santos.
God.
Coach, what do you think it's going to be? You think these guys have too much pride to do that with this stage?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Too much pride. Too much pride. Both of these guys, these guys are winners. And they want to continue to be a winner. So these guys are going to fight.
Woo.
Yeah, you know what? I really hope so, Coach. I'm gonna hope for the best, and I'm gonna anticipate the best. I think you're right, Coach. Let's move on to number 3.
Wise move by Coach Bob Santos, asking Joe Goosen to help Mario Barrios before his big fight with Ryan Garcia in February. Fact or fiction?
Fiction. Well, why would he ask him? Why would he ask Joe Goosen to take over? I don't understand that.
You know, Coach. Just to piss Ryan off and get under his skin.
Yeah, but Joe wasn't coaching Ryan no more. So how you go piss Ryan off?
Well, apparently Ryan still seems to think that, and this is nonsense and noise, that Joe Goosen was the mole who leaked to PBC because he had a working relationship with Al Heyman and PBC, that he's the one who leaked the information that he had cracked ribs before the Tank Davis fight.
Right.
Ryan needs to get off those drugs. That's all I can say.
Oh, man.
All I know is that had me with the idea of what was it? The whole thing with the WWF and the thing with what was it? Like the Undertaker with the darkness and all that type of stuff, and Stone Cold Steve Austin, and Stone Cold was trying to find out like who was the one backstabbing him, and then it eventually was Vince McMahon talking about it's me, Austin.
Like, honestly, yeah, that's getting like that is Looney Tune conspiracy theorist, Coach. Yeah. Like that's some look, forgive me for saying this. Hope Brother Matthew doesn't hear this, but that's some loony Deontay Wilder stuff right there. Oh man, he spiked my water. He tainted my water.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, man!
You mean like a crap in the bucket referee and a disloyal trainer?
Oh my gosh, that is, and he said those exact words.
Yep,
that's what Ryan Garcia is starting to sound like. Like, cause you know Joe Goosen. He's a professional, just like you, Coach. You would never compromise your fighter and his chances for victory.
No.
Not for any amount of money, not for anything.
Never.
So, but that's why they're doing it, Coach, because he spent all that time with Ryan, and he thinks he could help defeating Ryan Garcia.
You know, that's, I don't know.
Yeah. So it's a fiction. Coach Ronnie says it's a fiction. You know what? It very well may play out to be of no consequence.
You know, I mean, I don't see what they feel that Joe can bring to them that they haven't seen on video. The fight is the fight, you know? So what is he going to tell them? He don't really train. He don't really do this. He don't really do that. But when you look at Ryan's fights, he come to fight. He's always seemed to be in good shape. You know, he's been winning. I mean, I don't understand it. You know, what can, you know, that's like somebody coming to me and say, hey, could you tell me the mistakes that he makes or doing this or doing that? But what is that how's that gonna help you? It's not. That's why you have to look at film, study, the opponent. That's what that's for. That's why you watch tape, so you can
There
see
it
it.
is. There it is, guys. Can't argue with that, Ronnie. Number 4, Big James.
All right. Bill and Devin Haney are wasting their time calling out Tank Davis because the fight will never happen. Fact or fiction?
I believe that's a fact. I don't know. I don't know if Tank will ever even fight again. Ever since the thing with Jake Paul happened, I just don't know who Tank can fight. The only guy that he possibly can fight and make any money off right now is Lamont Roach. That's probably the only fight out there for him right now.
Well,
I don't see nobody else.
Thing I missed out on, running into Tank Davis when he was in Baltimore for his, Thanksgiving event a couple weeks ago. I didn't know if he was like in a, good little spot or whatever it is. But, after that, he's kind of said that, hey, he wants to see if he'll get back in the ring, but it could be against Pitbull Cruz. I hope it's not against Pitbull Cruz.
You know what? I heard that same thing as well, James.
I'm like if he can't, run it back with Lamont Roach, then it's like whatever. But like this thing with, the thing with Bill and Devin Haney, like just move forward with you being the welterweight champion, establishing yourself in the welterweight division. The ship had sailed basically when Dev moved up from 135 to initially 140, and he wasn't even at 140 that long. So that should tell you right there that Devin isn't getting no fight with the fighter and like Tank Davis, who ain't even getting close to like maybe 138 to fight anyway. So ship has sailed. Build your legacy at 147, and write your own story that way.
That's it. That's it.
All right, guys, we're moving on. We're moving on because we're already almost 60 minutes in. Here we go. Number 6, Big James.
It's official. Jake Paul will lose this Friday because the Haymaker, David Haye, just picked him to pull off the upset. Fact or fiction?
That's a fact.
Guys, has David the Haymaker Haye ever gotten a pick right?
No, hell no.
I don't think I've ever heard it. He makes Teddy Atlas look like Nostradamus.
He just jinxed Jake Paul.
He did. The guys that tells you this is going to be a resounding KO finish by Anthony Joshua, because I was starting to drink the Kool-Aid. I was like, you know what? 24-foot ring, 8 rounds, got his track shoes on. Probably the judges in his pocket in Miami, Florida.
Yeah.
Forcing Anthony Joshua to come in under 245.
Man.
With the extra 5-pound ceiling or something like that. I was starting to drink the Kool-Aid. I'm like, you know what? I think Jake Paul's going to do this, until I read and saw an interview today with David Haye picking Jake Paul to pull off the upset. That's it. It's a lot, guys. Anthony Joshua is going to win this fight.
How could he go against Joshua anyway?
Well, you already know why, brother. He's jealous. He was never that beloved by the fans.
No, he wasn't.
Oh, man. Hey, well, look. But you know what? I'll be honest. Yeah, I've never heard a correct pick come out of David Haye's mouth. Never. I'm being serious, guys. Try to prove me wrong. And I'm talking to all the fans in the chat. If you can find one correct pick that David Haye has made, please show me. Because I don't think it exists.
But, the problem is there's not going to be a loser. It's not going to be a loser.
So let me ask you something, Coach Ronnie. Does Anthony Joshua, is winning a decision just not good enough?
Well, in the real boxing world, no. In the real boxing world, Joshua cannot lose a decision. Okay? In the real boxing world, there's not going to be a loser because when you're both taking home $80 to $90 million,
Oh, that's what you meant. Yeah.
where is the loser?
But look, what I'm saying, Coach, is it good enough if he wins by decision? If he allows Jake Paul to win, to go the distance, is that going to be good enough?
For a guy with the resume of Anthony Joshua to go the distance with a guy like Jake Paul, it's going to kill his career. But it's going to kill it with him making $80 million. So
yeah, can you believe that much money, Coach?
That means that the fight will be in jeopardy with him and Tyson Fury.
It will be in jeopardy.
Yes.
Who's going to want to see that?
Nobody.
If you go the distance with Jake Paul, which I actually believe it's going to, I still favor Anthony Joshua, but I think it's going to go the distance, Coach.
Wow. I don't see it. In the real life, I don't see it.
Well, we'll find out. It's on Friday.
The same way I didn't see him with an old Mike Tyson.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, boy. Well, I tell you what, the plot thickens. We'll find out this Friday, guys. And we'll talk more about it later on in the week before the weigh-in. Oh, geez. Let's move on, guys. Number 7, Big James.
Even though Tim Tszyu will be taking on the dreaded Anthony Velasquez tomorrow night in Sydney, Australia, he has little to no chance of ever winning a world title again at 154 pounds. Fact or fiction?
Oh, that's a fact. That's a fact. You know, the problem with them was when he fought, what's the Tyrant Inferno, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He fought that fight. The fight should have been stopped. They screwed up his career right there when they let that go. That's number one. And it just proved in his next fight when he lost.
Yep.
So this kid's career, man, went from so high to right now, he's in the dumps. And I don't see no coming out of that.
See, this is why, and this is what Dana White doesn't understand. Or maybe he does and just doesn't care. But it takes a really great organization to create champions.
Oh, no doubt.
You need the matchmakers. You need the promoters. You need the PR. You need the opposing fighters. You need the right, just everything has to come together. Like, honestly, look, you're right. They blew it when they didn't stop the fight. They could have done that within 4 rounds.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a no contest.
Yep.
And then they stick him in the ring like an absurd 3.5 months later against Murtazaliev.
Oh, it could have been worse.
Yeah.
Remember, they could have had him in the ring there against Virgil Ortiz Jr. on that August.
Yeah.
My gosh, that's right.
It could have been
I
worse.
forgot about that. He was supposed to fight Virgil on the Riyadh season card.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that would have been a massacre, guys.
But the crazy part about all of that, right, is that, nobody was looking at this kid, looking after his career. Because the way he was bleeding, it was crazy that they let it go like that. you know, I mean, it was, it did make sense to say, okay, kid, we're going to stop this cut. You keep on going. He's handicapped now. Now he went from being at the top of his game to now you got to protect your head. And then you let it go past 4 rounds. What's the crazy part? Why would you do that to your fighter?
Yep. And coach, when some fighters just never get over that. And then considering what happened to him in his next fight.
Yeah.
Do you remember Tim Tszew's reaction at the press conference saying, what just happened? Some fighters, when they're that confident, brimming with confidence,
yeah,
they don't handle loss well. They don't handle these things well. And it really, they carry it around like luggage, coach.
That's the truth. That's the truth. It's a shame that it has to be that way. That this kid's career, his career was looking so good. I mean, everybody was talking about Tim Tszyu. They wasn't even mentioning his father. It was all about Tim Tszyu, and he was making his own name. He wasn't piggybacking off his father. He was making his own name.
Yep.
Until that happened when he fought Fundora.
He was a legitimate franchise within the boxing world.
He was. Yes, he was. He was. And they made the mistake of thinking that he was going to knock out Sebastian Fundora within 3-4 rounds. And they let it go over 4 rounds when he got stopped. That was the craziest thing. He was so handicapped. Why would you do that to him? I would have got rid of everybody.
And then after that huge gash, and that brutal fight, and then they stick him in the ring like 3.5 months later.
Yeah,
with a really good fighter.
But here's the thing. See, fighters, you got to protect fighters from themselves. That's the old adage in boxing. You got to protect fighters from themselves. Obviously, he didn't have people that was smart enough to say, hey, man, what you doing? No. You sitting out. You're not doing this to yourself. We're not going to let you do it. But obviously, he was his own boss.
Oh, well, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Yep. I'll tell you what, whatever Tim Tszyu was going to accomplish in boxing, it's already happened.
Yep.
So look, I gave this one to you 2 weeks ago, Coach. You've had time to simmer on it, and I want to see if you still feel the same way. Number 8, Big James.
Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul will prove to be more competitive than Alexander Usyk versus Deontay Wilder. Fact or fiction?
Fiction.
Yeah. I love it. So where are you going to be watching the fight, Coach?
Here.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it here at my house.
Oh man, Coach! Here's what I want to talk about. James, I want to get your thoughts too. This is going to happen, from what I've been told. Alexander Usyk is going to fight Deontay Wilder. What is going on?
I tried to tell the people. I said it. I looked at what was going on, and I said, you know what? Alexander Usyk didn't want to initially face Joseph Parker. So that's why you had Joseph Parker versus Fabio Wardley. And when Fabio Wardley got that win, I said, you know what? He ain't going to face a young guy in Fabio Wardley.
Nope.
He ain't going to face a young guy, Moses Atama. You already got the WBC interim champion booked in Germany to fight. We saw what happened there with the WBA regular champion at the time in Kubrat Pulev that got hit with a left hook by Murat Gasayev. I said this opens the door for Oleksandr Usyk to fight the guy, the one remaining guy in that particular era that defined the heavyweight division, and that is Deontay LaShawn Wilder. Calling it.
Well, I tell you what, I wish everyone were just as enthused as you, James. Jeez.
Well,
I'm sorry, guys. Who wants to see this?
yeah, I mean,
Deontay.
Trust me, no, they don't. His fans don't want to see this.
Oh,
all
man.
2,000 of them left.
Oh,
so where it's going to be, you know?
I don't know yet.
you know what? Either Barclays Center.
No, come on, not in that state.
No. Honestly, if I were Alexander Usyk, after beating Fury twice and Joshua twice, he probably has a healthy percentage or healthy portion of the English fans behind him. They would love to see it in London, England. I can guarantee you that.
Well,
put it at the O2 Arena. Sell out in one day.
I'll tell you this. I think they would get more money outside of the U.S. without question. But even in the U.K., they would get more money if they had to fight out there in the U.K.
You know, the problem is, though, that neither one of them is from the UK. Yeah, that's the problem.
Yep.
Yeah, they might as well put it in Ukraine.
Yeah. They have a better chance of putting it in Poland right now, Coach.
Right.
And they wouldn't have no problems paying the national anthem because bombs will be bursting everywhere.
Oh, and guys, big shout out to my brother, the boxing scholar. Thank you for supporting the coach on this day, brother. Says we still got that 8 AJ bet. The one where you buy me a steak? Yeah. Sure. Good to see you on here, my friend. Thank you for supporting the coach. Let's move on, guys. We're running out of time. We've got number 9.
Yep, here it is. Although Murat Gasayev scored a knockout of the year candidate against Kubrat Pulev to win that WBA regular championship, Coach Ronnie could have KO'd the 76-year-old Bulgarian. Fact or fiction?
That's a fact. That's fact.
Yeah.
I didn't know Pulev was still fighting.
Man.
And how did he have a title?
Yeah, see, I was like, I bet a number of people didn't even know that he was a WBA regular champion.
No, I had no idea.
Hey, because what was it before him? Who was the dude that
it was Manuel Char before him.
Manuel Char, remember? He had the belt for like 3 or so years.
Felt more like 17.
I know, right? Oh man. But yep.
So anyway, the only reason why I made this, one, it's funny, but 2, guys, yes, I know that was a devastating knockout and a beautiful left hook, but consider the context. He was beating up an old fighter who needed to be in retirement. Like, how was Pulev even favored in that matchup? That's easy money, guys. Because say what you want about Gastiev, he can still punch.
Yeah. He's a bomb puncher.
Oh, my goodness.
So you didn't see any of that fight, did you, Coach?
I didn't.
Yeah. So moving on. Yeah. Moving on. Number 10, brother.
I don't care what anyone says. Rambus Ennis versus Virgil Ortiz Jr. is a 50-50 fight. Fact or fiction?
You know, that's kind of tricky, but I can go with a fact on that one. But I don't know. I still would have to lean toward Boots a little bit, you know, because Boots just he can go both ways. And, you know, he can box when he has to box. And when he has to stay in the middle and fight, he can do that too. So I still would have to favor Boots in this one. But, you can't take anything from Virgil. Virgil's a good puncher. But Virgil don't have the best defense. And that's where Boots would take advantage.
Man.
Well, you know what? This is a tough one to call in my mind. But yes, I would have to favor Boots Ennis as well, Coach.
Yeah. And like I say, when Boots, this is what made Terrence Crawford so good. He's great at southpaw and great at orthodox.
Yeah.
And Boots is the same way. It's really, you just got to have a guy that's really good. And then not to say that Virgil isn't, but Boots is not going to lay on the ropes and let you just punch him like the last guy that fought Ortiz. That's not going to happen. Boots are going to take you to the middle.
That coming.
Boots are going to take you to the middle of the ring, and he's going to make you stay there. He's not going to give up no advantages.
None. That's why I put this almost, I'm sorry, but almost up to 75-25 for Boots Ennis. As the saying goes, styles make fights, and I just don't think that Virgil Ortiz Jr. has the style that could, really give Jerome Boots Ennis fits. You have to be able to be a good mover in the ring, and you got to have the defense. And I don't see Virgil Ortiz having the defense to really.
But look, with that said, guys, Virgil Ortiz, it'll prove to be the very first time Jerome Boots Ennis has fought someone who punches just as hard, if not harder, than he does.
Yeah, well, yeah, absolutely.
He's got the ultimate neutralizer.
But
even though we've seen Boots has a good beard.
Yeah, but the only problem with this fight is they're both asking for like $10 million.
Ah! Where's Netflix when you need them? See, these are the fights that Netflix should be interested in.
Yeah.
Why are they interested in Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua? Why are they interested in the girls' fights? Why are they interested? It's like, come on. What? They're going to sign a contract with Andrew Tate next? Guys, come on. If you're going to sign boxing, sign some real matchups. And you don't have to sign a exclusive deal with one promoter. Just sign the matchups. Make the matchups. Hire someone who actually knows boxing if you're going to be showing boxing. That's why you need to hire my man, Ronnie Shields.
There you go.
President of sports programming on Netflix. Yes. And he's a much nicer guy than Lou DiBella. Oh, I'll say that, man. Guys, look, we're at the end of the line. Is there anything that we forgot to talk about, James, that you'd like to bring up to the coach?
Just a rundown of being out there in the camp with your fighters. I know we had some things with Jamal Charlo. Salute to the $1 million man, Justin Paldo, for getting the win. And seeing what else is going on there in the camp over there in Texas.
Yeah, man, I got a couple new fighters that I'm working with. This one kid, he's 11-1. He's from California, named Jordan Pathian. Jordan, I've been knowing Jordan for a little while now. He came down before to get some sparring, like a couple of years ago, and he so they called me up, and now we got Jordan in the gym with us, and he's fighting January 16th. He fights for Golden Boy, so he's on the Golden Boy Promotions, and like I say, January 16th he'll be on the Zone, and looking forward to my first fight with him. And then I got another kid fighting like a week later that I just started training. It'll be my second fight with him. His name is Justin Lacey Pierce from Grand Rapids, Michigan. He's an undefeated kid. Really, he's a kid that, he needs a lot of work, but he's putting it in. So we're looking forward to that. And then Jamal Charlo, he's back. So we're looking at April now. I was told the other day that Caleb Plant still don't have a trainer, so they trying to give him some time to get a new trainer. But that's why they moved the fight back to April. And so, but as far as I know, it still haven't been signed yet. So we're just waiting on that right now.
Yeah. Wish they could just skip him and just go for that WBA belt against Jose Resendiz and let's get that belt going.
Hold on, let me ask you something, guys. Let me ask you something.
That name
something it really. I'm sorry, Coach. Something really bothered me. I read this morning. Justin Paldo, has he ever received a title opportunity?
No.
Okay. Why on earth? Shakur is moving up to fight Teofimo Lopez. Obviously, everyone knows that. Why on earth is Yadier Herrera and Ricardo Nunez fighting for the interim title on January 10th?
What?
Yes. Where's Justin Paldo?
Yeah, and Justin was just ranked number 6. He just got a good ranking, number 6 in the world. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, we all know this is politics, man.
I can't stand it, Coach.
Yeah.
If anyone deserves a shot at the lightweight championship of the world, it's Justin Paldo. He's paid his dues.
Yeah, there's no doubt. But,
Yadier Herrera, Ricardo Nunez, Coach.
Yeah. Well, hopefully Justin can probably get the win of that. You never know. Hopefully. We shall see.
Well, if there's any
All we can
justice.
do. Yeah.
Yeah. And if he does get it, they'll probably put him in a 24-foot ring, just like Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua.
Absolutely.
Jeez. Look at that. You've got me on the controversy or the conspiracy theory. Jeez. That's terrible. That's terrible. James, you have anything else left to add?
No, that should pretty much cover it.
By the way, I left that last fact of fiction up there. You see that?
We saw it.
Yeah. Dose micro. Hey, that's what I'm looking forward to, because they got the over under at 2.5 rounds, and from what I saw, both of them had like minus 115. So I don't know, man. I got it 3 rounds going, past, 3 rounds. If it goes past 3 rounds, I'm gonna be like, yo, what's going on here? But outside of that, that's the only thing I'm looking forward to. And shout out to my guy there, Avius Griffin, that's going to be part of that card there. But yeah, outside of that, just ain't really amped up for the other fights. But to be honest with y'all,
we've got one, Coach. Secret Dance Moves. Welcome to the show once again. Thank you for supporting the coach. Man, the fight is legit. Stop saying it's scripted. We'll see.
We shall see.
We shall see, guys. But if Jake Paul gets his arm raised in victory, then you still think it's legit, brother? We'll find out, guys. The truth is always revealed in the ring.
There it is.
We'll see it.
Man, I hope we don't get no figure poke of doom. I just hope we don't get that.
Oh, man. Yeah, we'll find out, guys. It's going down this Friday night. Oh, but unfortunately, we're not going to be able to talk to the coach about it until 2026.
That's it.
Oh, boy. I tell you what, it's been an amazing year, Ronnie. Thank you for an entire year of quality, real boxing with Ronnie Shields programming. And I know all you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for spending time with us. Thank you for supporting the coach. Ronnie, do you have any parting shots or words in reflection on this year in boxing?
Yeah, I thought this year in boxing was decent. You know, we had some really good fights this year, but I know we can do better. You know, and I think we will do better next year. I really and truly believe that, you know, boxing, you know, they trying to kill it, but we got to keep pushing, and you know, and just do what we do best. And I wish everyone have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, because I will.
Yeah. We love you, Coach. Thank you for everything, brother. James, any parting shots as well, sir?
Well, I mean, it's been a great year of boxing. A number of memorable moments here and there. Of course, salute to the coach as always for his insights on many different topics and teaching the people of different things that go on within the sport of boxing. Right. Of course, salute to my brother Joseph Heron, War Week Boxing, for providing us this show here just about every single Tuesday. The other thing for me is that we had one special show that was in September that involved a guest, and we did find out that particular guest has been announced to be part of the 2026 class of the International Boxing Hall of Fame.
Antonio Tarver.
Dion Tarver. Okay.
Woo-hoo!
Congratulations to Antonio Tarver. But we said then that we wanted to have both of those people in the International Boxing Hall of Fame. So we got to have Coach Ronnie Shields in Canastota, New York, to be enshrined in the International Boxing Hall of Fame.
Gosh, guys, there's no reason. When you think about everything that Ronnie has accomplished and everything that he's been through in this business, like it's mind-boggling. Al Bernstein is in the Hall of Fame. Come on, Nick Farhood or Steve Farhood is in the Hall of Fame. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. That's it, guys. That's it. We've got work to do. Come on, let's keep banging the drum, guys. Ronnie Shields for the Canastota International Boxing Hall of Fame. There it is. There it is, guys. Oh my goodness, guys! Look. These guys are trying to argue at the tail end of the show. Stop it. Coach Ronnie, it's been an absolute pleasure to share the air with you all year, brother. God bless you, my friend. Thank you for everything. And we truly, this is easily the best part of our weeks, both James and I. And I know I speak for the fans. We always learn something new. So thank you, sir. We really appreciate this time with you, brother. So once again, where can everyone find you, Coach?
You can always find me on Instagram at official Ronnie Shields.
Guys, on behalf of Coach Ronnie Shields and James Bell, I'm Joseph Heron. You've been listening to War Week Boxing, real boxing with the living legend, Ronnie Shields. Have a great evening, everybody.
proudly presents living legend and elite level trainer, Ronnie Shields.